What's going on, College Football Nation? My name is Ben the Dew, and you're watching the Voice of College Football Recruiting channel. You can follow my socials, X and Instagram at BallByBen. And in this video today, we are continuing our 2026 Blue Chip Recruiting Class Series with a player analysis on the first interior offensive lineman, Immanuel Iheanacho. So as we pull up his 24/7 here, he is an interior offensive lineman, like I said, standing at 6'6.5", weighing in at 345 pounds. He attends Georgetown Prep School in Baltimore, Maryland, and 24/7 Sports Composite has him as the number 6 player in the nation, the number 1 interior offensive lineman, and the number 2 player out of Maryland. And as you can see on the right, expert averages consider him going 80% to Oregon and 20% to Maryland. As we scroll down, he holds 34 offers from Oregon, LSU, Penn State, Auburn, and Alabama, to name a few. And as we scroll down, we'll hop into his Gabe Brooks scouting report. Bullish, physical run game presence with immense size and frame dimensions who could potentially provide valuable roster flexibility. Promisingly consistent in hand placement and lower body drive when engaged. Again, enormous physical traits with plenty of length to live outside, but particularly separate from the field at guard, where he could provide tone-setting brute force. Basketball participation, which reveals a nimble post presence with a crafty touch around the rim, reflects in functional athleticism and foot quickness. Sometimes rigid in movement patterns and mammoth size dictates need for maintaining body control and balance. Still, traits and power can overwhelm even in less than ideal technical situations. Elite offensive line prospect who can likely play tackle in college and perhaps beyond, but can also become a rare guard candidate. So I agree with Gabe Brooks, reminds us of Mekhi Becton, because if you watch the NFL, Mekhi Becton has been known to play tackle, but also excel at the guard position, where he's won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and then now he's playing tackle with the Los Angeles Chargers. So as we hop into his huddle here, it's important to note that this is his junior year film, obviously, but he was also the conference offensive player of the year at left tackle, which is very, very awesome to see, especially since the offensive line doesn't get a lot of credit, but that's just perfect and shows the prowess that he has when he demoralizes a defense on the offensive line at the high school level. So as we hop into his junior year film, what you're going to see a lot, I mean, first off right there, you do not want to line up across that from that man. That dude is an absolute unit. But I think it's important to note that if you've watched the Jackson Cantwell tape, I don't know why he got a flag there. I mean, that kid just needs to get in the weight room. He got absolutely flagged. But like I said, it is very important to note that in this video, you are going to see a lot of pancakes out of Immanuel Iheanacho here. So I think it's going to be very nice to see if he is able to, delete a player from the play and then get to the next level to create more opportunities down the field, which there is a clip in here which you will see where he absolutely destroys a kid. And I think it is actually this one right here. So right off the bat, I'll pause it and run it back just a second here. So this is one of my favorite plays from him right here. So right off the bat, I mean, he's using a one-arm strength right here to delete this right end here on number 13. And as you can tell, number 13 loses right off the bat. I mean, he's standing upright, and Immanuel's able to take out 2 or 3 guys and create a lane for a 70-yard run by this running back here. So we'll watch it one more time. So he just stabs that right arm out there, takes out 13, takes out 15, and then this little running back is off to the races here for 70-yard touchdown, getting for 6. So if y'all have watched also the Brandon Arrington video, you can notice that, he just based off his athletic presence, Brandon's athletic presence, he's able to play corner and wide receiver. And I think at the next level, it's going to give him an opportunity to decide where he wants to play. Does he want to play wide receiver because he excels at that better, or is he going to play corner because he excels at that more? And I think with Gabe Brooks' scouting report on Immanuel, giving his roster flexibility, I think it opens up 2 different types of worlds for him. If he doesn't necessarily need to play tackle, then he can become a defensive demoralizer at guard just based off his presence. And like he was saying, he does have a basketball background, so he's got great feet for either position. And I think at guard, he's going to excel more, because I think when you see a 6'7", 345-pound guard pulling, there is nobody on that defensive line at the linebacker position that is going to want to meet him in the gap. So I think that's very important to prioritize, especially for a player like this, and especially when he goes to the next level, because that's just one side of that offensive line that is getting absolutely shut down. So as you see, there's just a lot of pancakes coming from this guy right here. And you can just basically there he's lined up at – oh, no, that's is he lined up at guard there? Let's just watch that one more time. I want to see – or is that tight end? We'll see. Okay, no, he's lined up at tackle. That's a tight end. But what you'll also see out of this is that he's lined up at tackle. He'll line up at left and right, but then he'll also play a little bit of nose guard, which is awesome to see because I think that's also a learning standpoint because you'll learn, what is successful for a nose guard, especially against guards and stuff like that. So he'll be able to build a different type of repertoire against different positions when he lines up against him. So, I mean, we're just seeing kids toss out the club here, which is fantastic to see, but I want to see him get to that next level and create more run opportunities rather than just, deleting a player and then just sitting on him. But, I mean, that's perfect for somebody at the high school level already. I mean, watch this. Shoulder check, and that kid falls down. Yeah, and he's going to get up, think about it, but no, he's just give him a little slap on the butt, say, good job. I got flattened. But Immanuel is a fantastic football player, and I think it's also very important to highlight that he's able – you'll see in these clips that he's in that tackle stance where he's just kind of like a 2-point, kind of angled a little bit. But then like in this clip, you'll see he's got his hand in the dirt as well. So I think that's very important for if he decides to play guard or if he does decide to play tackle, that'll, give the defense less of an idea of if he's going to pull. That kid just gets sat down. But if he's going to pull or if he's just going to remain in that pass pro kind of look. But we don't get a lot of pass pro clips out of this, which why would you throw? I mean, here we go with the pull. This is what I want to see right here. Let's see what position he's lined up at. So he's lined up at tackle again. We're going to see him pull, delete that player, and let that running back go. So this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So right here, makes contact with the kid. I want to see him kind of use a little bit of that right hand, toss that kid off balance and, drive him down the field. But I want to see him stab at him, take him out of the play once that running back reaches past him. It doesn't really give the defender an opportunity to make a play or make a tackle. So get rid of that kid and then, use his athleticism, use his footwork to get down to the field and make another run block opportunity. But he's here we go, a little right tackle look. Oh, sorry. No, this is his nose guard clips. Yep. Yeah, he's just going to blow up this lane. That center had no chance. Yeah, this dude is a specimen. So, I said he was a defensive demoralizer, and he's also an offensive demoralizer as well because this run game is just not going to work against him. Mitchie, I wonder how often he plays both sides. We got a little bit of a field goal block here. Wow. Yeah, he knows he's a real deal. That's hilarious. But, yeah, Immanuel Iheanacho, he's going to be a fantastic player at the next level, no matter where he decides to play, if he decides to play tackle or if he decides to play guard. But I think like the Brandon Arrington video, it opens up a bunch of different opportunities for him. Also, depending on what type of college he goes to, if he decides to go to Oregon, if they want him to play tackle, or if they want him to play guard. But if he wants to go play at Maryland, his home state school, if they want him to play tackle, or if they want him to play guard. But I think just based off those clips right there, this guy definitely has the ability to play both sides. I just think at the high school level, it's better to play him at tackle because you might see more athletic defensive ends at the high school level playing, maybe quicker guys, and that the interior offensive line isn't that big of a deal. But I think he is a fantastic player just based off of the 4-minute clip that we saw. But if we hop into his Twitter here, we'll see him squat 600 freaking pounds and no 0 sacks allowed in his junior year highlights. But we'll scroll down a little bit and watch him squat 600 pounds. And Nacho is the number 2 recruit based on 3, but we're not really going off of that. So he's strong, he's big, he's versatile, he's got great footwork. So, that's almost loses it there, but that's why you got the spotters. That's 600 Ps on your back. So, yeah, this guy's going to be phenomenal at the next level just based off of his physical traits. And then if he has the ability to play either position and excel at both, that also opens up more opportunities at the NFL level. Like Gabe Brooks was saying, if we pull that up here one more time, we'll add that real quick. So he could also become a rare guard candidate, but could also be an elite offensive line prospect who can likely play guard in college. So he's got a lot of options here. He's got a lot of options when it comes to what he's playing at the next level. It just depends on what he wants to play. And I mean, based off of his high school tape, it looks like he's going to excel at that tackle position, whether he's pulling or whether he's in pass pro or whether he's just pancaking dudes in the run game. So that was exciting to see. I love seeing the big boys eat and love seeing the big boys especially get recognized since he got Offensive Player of the Year for his school and for his division, which is awesome to see. So this is Immanuel Iheanacho. We'll be excited to see where he decides to commit and how they use him. But you can follow my socials, X and Instagram, @BallByBen, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.